So Teddy at Night, you're back.
I am back.
So, okay, straight off the bat, when you came in earlier, we were talking, and you said that there was feedback from your last episode. Shit got real on the internet. And I'm just curious, like, what people said, what the fallout was.
Yeah.
You know, like, billions and billions of people heard this episode, so probably everybody knows.
It was tough, man. I had to move.
But like, what's happened in the ensuing year?
Yeah. One, I had so much fun last time I was here.
That was good.
I felt like I was able to be me, and in that time of my life, it was a very hard time of my life.
By the way, I feel like I'm going to be me tonight because you gave me 2 shots of mezcal before we even started.
It's the new requirement.
I'm definitely Ryan at Night right now.
Ryan,
you have
at
brought me there.
Night. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we had an incredible conversation last time, and I've worked for a lot of different bands and stuff that have a different, belief structure, or they just live differently, and I think I've been thrown into those things or whatever, and just people assume that
that you're going to be in the same place.
If you work at Kroger, then you're an advocate for plastic bags, and I'm not an advocate for plastic bags. I think it's destroying the planet.
You work at Kroger, so you're not for like organic foods, though, right?
Yeah, like what's up with the organic pricing being higher?
The Kroger analogy's hard, but like
all the apples have wax.
But hot dog on a stick,
okay,
a lot more obvious.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Like you work at a hot dog on a stick, you are pro hot dog.
Yeah.
That's a given. And pro stick. Don't forget pro stick.
True.
It's a rough life for anybody that's not pro stick out there.
Yeah. But if you work at hot dog on a stick, some people out there are just want a job.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily love sticks.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's what I'm hearing
and
you say.
I think there was a lot of that. An analogy by a fan was made and said, well, it's like if you worked at Burger King, but you don't like Whoppers.
I'm like, nobody who works at Burger King likes Whoppers.
I'm like,
the worst burger there ever was.
Bro, chill out. So, there was a lot of people concerned for my well-being, and that's kind, and a lot of people who thought they knew me and realized, oh, we don't. And that's also cool. But also, there was a lot of rad new connections made where people are like, oh, wow, I feel the same exact way, or, oh,
I thought you liked Whoppers.
And they're like, you know what? I finally came out to my parents and let them know I don't like Whoppers because of you. And honestly,
not everyone's pro stick.
Not everyone's pro stick. So,
yeah, well,
not everyone's pro mezcal, and that's
weird.
That's hard for me to swallow.
I'm very pro mezcal.
I want to hear, because you alluded to like changes in the last year and like healing and stuff.
Yeah,
I want to hear about that. But before we go into that, I just have to talk about mezcal.
Okay.
Because you are in my mind, the mezcal king.
Oh,
wow. The mezcal king of Nashville.
That's right.
The white mezcal king of Nashville.
You've got the song,
I'm
Stole Your
unworthy.
Lover.
Yes.
She drinks the mezcal.
Right, and the fine wine.
Indeed.
Yeah. But the third part is the most important part,
which is
she makes sure that all the bills are paid on time, which
is key.
Lost without
Which, if you guys have no idea what the hell we're talking about, these are lyrics from Stole Your Lover, which he played here when he was here last time. So go check that out.
Yeah, it was
a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
That I will say, just to throw it out there, one of my favorite songs we've had played on the show.
Oh my!
Easily in the top few.
Oh, thank you.
It's been like Stole Your Lover has been. I've been listening to it all year. Like I've been listening to it since last time. So I'm a big fan of that.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm. So my mezcal story is that
give it to me.
Right after the last episode of the show, Wesley discovered that Bryan Cranston, aka Walter White,
straight up,
and then I forget the act,
Aaron Paul,
aka Pinkerton, Jesse Pinkerton, have created a mezcal brand,
Dos Hombres,
and they were here in Nashville.
They sure were.
And they were going from bar to bar to bar to bar, serving it.
Living my fucking dream.
So we went to Bastion.
You did it.
And we get there, and we're like, surely there will be a massive line, and we'll never get in. Not a massive line. We get in. We're sitting around. We see some other people there. They're like, "Oh, are you looking for Walter White too?" We're like, yeah, we are. And we're waiting.
Like, fuck you, I'm looking for Malcolm's dad.
And then and then we hear from somebody. Oh, they already came through here. They were just here for like a half hour and they left. We're like, fuck. So we're looking.
Missed.
So this other group's like, hey, are you guys looking on Instagram to figure out where they are next to? And we're like, we are now. And so we're looking, and I noticed that they had announced that at No Quarters, the like arcade bar at No Quarter in East Nashville.
They went to No Quarters.
They announced that they were going to be there, and they were doing something. So we were like, let's go to No Quarter. And we both live in East Nashville, so we're like, it's on the way. So we go to No Quarter. And we meet other people again who are like, so you're here? Are you here for Bryan Cranston? You guys looking for Bryan? We're like, yeah. And Wesley goes in and talks to someone who works there, and they're like, yeah, my friend just picked them up. They're on their way. And we're like, great. We get a seat right by the bar. We're like, perfect. I get a beer. Wesley gets a beer. We're waiting for him. A few minutes go by, and we're like, and somebody comes in, and they're like, yeah, I just saw them going through a side door. We're like, okay, they're gonna come out any minute. And then we're like, this place is not that big. Why is it taking so long? And so this random girl we meet's, her friend goes to go check the bar next door. Turns out they're at the bar next door. So Wesley and I go over to the bar next door. The bar next door, I don't know what it's even called. It's tiny. You've never heard of this bar.
The Tiki Bar.
That one.
Yeah.
It's small.
UPS, Tiki, Quarters.
No Quarter. So we go in to there, 1,000,000% full of people, but we got in. Somebody passed us a little mezcal thimble.
How cool.
With the Dos Hombres logo and everything.
Yeah.
Wesley kept it. He says I can take it on the weekends. He hasn't followed through on that yet, but
very nice.
I'm saving my time. And then Jesse gets up on the table and he ran out of shots to pour. So or like glasses. So he gets up on the table and just starts free pouring into everybody's mouth.
Come on.
I'm one person over. He starts like
in a post-COVID world.
In a post-COVID world, he starts
Jesse,
at jury
come on.
and
That
he
would have
goes
been
down
illegal
the
2
line.
years ago.
Hey, he's come a long way from meth, dude.
It's true. That's true. We'll take it. We'll take the mezcal.
So I'm awkwardly standing
Mezcal.
there with my mouth open, hoping Jesse will pour his sweet mezcal into my mouth. He does not. He pours it in everybody else's mouth. But we got to see Bryan Cranston and Jesse, and they were right there,
How fun.
2 feet away from me.
That's
Quite the
awesome.
night. That's my mezcal story.
That's a great mezcal story.
Yeah.
I woke up the next day and saw the aftermath of it all and was like, this is what being a parent is like.
I mean,
They didn't call
to be fair, I think that's just the older you get, the less you care
Yeah.
as well. Like,
Yeah.
Because like they were here and we heard about it all together and they were like,
Yeah.
we're going. Do you want to go? And I was like, I mean,
What time?
I got
What
like,
time are you thinking?
Yeah, like I gotta go home.
Is this past 9?
And I made sure to wait to tell my wife about it the next day, so she wouldn't be like, "Let's go." So that worked out well in my favor.
Fun.
No,
Dude, well, I'm glad. I'm sorry you didn't get the personal pour, but
the personal pour. But it worked out anyway.
hell
so,
yeah.
so what's happened in the ensuing year and some days
Yeah.
since we've seen you? You obviously, have you gone on the road?
Not at all.
Dude,
How about that? I've been off the road for about 1.5 years.
you've been childing.
I've been lucky enough to be a dad, and now I'm a parent, which isn't as fun as being a dad. Meaning a parent has to say, so Violet is now 3.5-ish, 3 and some change. And you just I feel like I'm saying no all day. I'm like, buddy, I'm fucking cool. I'm not a no dad. I'm a yes dad. But man, she is very brave, and she likes to climb dangerous things, and so there's lots of no's involved. But yeah, honestly, it's been a rad 1.5 years of going to therapy and getting health in check overall, mental, physical. I got some physical health things going on that, it affects the mental when you.
Sure.
And so it's been a bit of like, like chicken before the egg, whatever, like
Dude,
egg before the chicken, whatever that fucking analogy is. But like,
I'm on the same journey.
yeah,
I'm with you.
So you're like, oh, it's gonna be a good day. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm not okay today. So I'm very thankful that I've been able to take the time to really hit that head on. And yeah, honestly, like, I may be mentally healthier than I have been in a long time. which also comes with I'm probably more stressed out than I've been in a long time. But it's like I've figured out ways to deal with stress. And
Wait, are you saying those two things are tied, or just you're more stressed because of having a kid?
yeah, I think
It's like coincidentally at the same time.
We're going on the first Teddy at Night tours. Ooh, that's a good one.
It's called Riz.
I've got it. But yeah, debut record comes out May 17th. The tour, the everything. So it's been like a lot of work building into like announcing things that haven't happened yet. Like it always feels so funny. Like I know in the city we live in, everybody's announcing something. Everybody's trying to get you to pre-save something or click on this link or that link, whatever. And like we've approached it slightly different. Like I don't think I'm like cooler than anybody else or anything, but like I do. Well, I think keyword there is think. Maybe I know, but yeah. I'm gonna take a sip after that.
I feel like that's the Teddy at Night sound now.
Yeah. Every time you drink, the Riz.
But yeah, so it's been a lot of like a hurry up and wait, announce and book venues and you know. We just got like a dream came true. Vinyl. This record you can get. I love vinyl. I love record stores. I can't believe it's been back for a while, but it's like it's a thing now. To where like I was able to order a large quantity of 200 vinyl, for like a price that didn't like fuck me up. And so now it's like, oh dang, okay, and it's a yellow and orange swirl. It's
That's cool.
Artwork done by some of my best friends. Like everybody in, it's funny. I got our vinyl came in, and then like an actual. I bought a first vinyl I've bought in a couple months, and it like I was comparing the backs, and it's funny. There's like on this one, there's a barcode and a label and an address, and then a booking contact or whatever. There's just all this other shit, as well as the artwork. And I was like, oh well, mine. I'm like, oh man, well. I hope it looks legit, but it's just the back looks brilliant. The human who designs it, her name's Annette, and she does all my artwork, and she's 100% human. And
I'm convinced that this person is not a human. Like, I could not have heard it any other way.
Yeah.
Definitely a duck.
She is, but a very powerful duck. She's a very mighty duck.
The mightiest.
But the back is just. It's just the record's called Good in the End. So it's like Good in the End, track listing, and then just all the names of my friends who I got to make this record with. And like looking at that was like very sobering and like a tearful moment almost. You're like, oh my God, like, yeah, maybe the next record's going to have fancy label name on it or whatever, or who cares? I mean, I do care. If you're listening and you've been thinking about signing me, call me up. But it was a cool moment where like, oh my God, like we get to do this and do it together. And that's kind of been what I've poured a lot of my mental space in. And also, I mean, to be honest, like my wife's a freak. She's so supportive. There's no Teddy at Night without her. And honestly, like we've saved up to launch this record, but also she works and is crushing it at her job so that I can be dad and Teddy at Night right now. That is, and I'm just so very
Dad
thankful.
At day, Teddy at night.
Dad at day, t-shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a year of like, not even like a lot of change. It's just like we kind of like took a lot of things that we felt like we were doing right and got better at them. Took a lot of things that we thought were doing wrong or could be cut out and just cut them. And
leather on leather, bro.
Leather on leather, which my
I can hear that coming through the mic. That peel off.
Leather on leather, also a t-shirt.
Now, how long have you been married for?
It will almost be 10 years.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So I'm getting married in June. That's new since we last
June
met.
what? Yes. Also, I
30th.
haven't been able to congratulate you. Dude, fuck
you.
Yes.
So what advice do you have for a pleb like... Now, you've almost been married for 10 years.
Almost.
So like,
you go first. What's your advice?
Okay.
remember, you're married to a sister.
Yeah. You're just like,
Let's cut that category. You know,
You're really nice.
never have sex. It's not, you don't want to do that.
Oh, separate
uh,
bedrooms, bro.
Yeah, here's the one thing I'll say, and I've said this to other people too, the few people who have asked my opinion on this subject, which is it's all just a decision, and it has nothing to do with how you feel.
Go on.
Yes, I can't wait for part 2.
How you feel is how you get together, but it's making the decision to stay together. You have to think about it as a decision, not like a do I want to do this, do I not want to do this? I have decided to make a commitment, and I'm going to stick to that decision regardless. And I think that mentality helps a lot. Because marriage is awesome. I love being married. But sometimes it sucks. And when it sucks, that's when you need to think like that.
And
Yeah.
what's the decision, like, I lost the question, but like, the decision. Tell me more about that.
Well, the decision is, so like, I married my wife, your sister, and goddamn right.
No!
And you know, your sister's a little crazy. I have my own issues, but we're here to talk about hers. And you know, so there are clashes. If you've been in a relationship ever for any period of time ever in your entire life, you know, couples fight.
Yeah.
And sometimes those fights are rough. And in those moments, it's real easy to want to say, like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But that's not what you got to say. You got to say, I've made the decision to stay with this person no matter what, so I better figure this out.
So the commitment makes you figure it out.
Makes you figure it out. If you think about it like a commitment. I feel like so many people go into getting married and think about it like an emotion. Think about it like, this is something I feel like I want to do, you know? And when in the moments when you don't feel that way, it becomes hard if you think that way.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. That is the ITSJ marriage advice. Are you a Myers-Briggs person at all?
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I know about
Know
as much
what,
as
yeah.
I know about the Enneagram and my sister is a human design aficionado, and so she's letting me into just a whole nother. That's like probably the next thing that's coming. I think human design charts, where they read all. It's incredible. It's but yeah.
What do you mean by human design? I feel like I don't know.
Literally, it's like, okay, so Enneagram is like, what is, you take a test. Oh, Myers-Briggs,
right,
you take a
right.
test too. But this is more like, it brings in some astrology elements where it's like, okay, when's your birthday? And, you know, what sign are you? And I'm going to butcher it, but like, it's pretty incredible, the insight in things that, like, my sister will be like, hey, what, you know, tell me, you know, give me a couple clues in your life. And I will. And she'll be like, oh, well, this year I think blah, 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 blah. And you're like, what the fuck? That was beautiful. And like, it's very in depth.
So it's like, is it like bringing together lots of these different things all together?
Yeah,
or is it
yeah.
a whole own different thing?
I think, and this is my very, very basic knowledge of it.
Yeah.
I think there is elements of personality tests and also elements of like, well, this is the time of day, the time of year you were born, and this is actually how you know the universe works. Like, it's really cool. But yeah, Myers-Briggs. Did you say INFT?
I'm ISTJ.
I
He's
think I'm
ENFP.
INFT. Whatever that means.
What is it?
I think I am an INFT based off of how that rings off my mouth. Like, I remember,
whoa.
I think I'm an INFT because
Yeah.
I read it one time.
Those are like,
So deep.
that's like half
sort
of
of
the
a
numbers I
P,
have,
the last one's a
letters
P.
I have, and half the ones he has.
Right.
Well,
Because I'm extroverted,
oh, I'm definitely not an
intuitive,
I then. Okay,
That's
now I'm
introverted.
so I must be
feeling,
a
perceptive.
ENFT.
All my shit's super touchy-feely, right?
Right.
I love that.
And
Which is
mine's
why
not. I'm
which
the
is
exact
why I
opposite.
probably need that ISTJ. Like, I have made a decision here.
Acronyms
because-
are so fun regardless,
Yeah.
aren't they?
But wait,
LOL.
what was your marriage advice? I had to give
Yeah.
some.
You're roped into
Man.
this shit.
I think marriage is equally the dumbest idea that's ever existed, and in the right, and this is like with age, right? And also like, it's like equally being struck by lightning in a good way. And the older I get, the more I realize that like, I used to think like you grow up, you meet your person, you spend your life with that person. And some people don't have a person, and that's also okay. That's actually fucking rad. But like society for so long has told everybody that like, well, here, are you dating? Are you this? Are you that? Like, who are you with? And you're like, I've been lucky. I won the fucking lottery. And I don't know why or how, but when it comes to advice,
That's a tiny.
deliver pizza. Was that the whole?
That's the tiniest pizza.
That is the tiniest pizza.
Whoa, wait.
I'm not stoked on it.
Did you
Yes, don't worry. It was like $30.
did you gluten-free with me for me?
I did, dude.
I'm going to Venmo you live on the air.
Yeah, we
Man.
we should share this live on the air. My Venmo is at Ryan Pool Music.
Anyone who wants to sell Ryan Pool
Okay.
Music some money, go
Hold
for
on,
it.
hold
Yeah,
on,
you're
hold on.
so
you-
welcome to. The whole world can do that. Get
You're like one
married.
of those people
I
who
need
like,
money
I
so
graduated
bad.
today, and they put their Cash App on their back window.
my
Okay, come
God,
on.
No.
such-
What are you doing?
We
We
should
get it.
I want to put on the back of my
Yeah.
car like bachelorette party Venmo at Ryan Pool Music.
I keep getting rear-ended. I don't know why. But yeah, no, with all that being said, I think brutal honesty. Like, if there's something you're not getting, it's because you're not asking for it. Or if there's something that you're not communicating, like communication's, communication and finances, the two.
Yeah.
the
Nobody
top
even knows
two-
what communication means until you get married. I'm be real with you.
Yeah.
I still barely know what it means.
Yeah, and I think also that, realizing that, like, nobody's ever, like, right or wrong. Like, get that out of your brain. Like,
Except for you, Ryan. You're right all the time. She's always wrong.
Thank you.
yeah.
No
I think
one's
it's
ever right or wrong. What do you mean?
it's a beautiful thing when it works. And I think if you go into situations or arguments or even just like a whatever, like going into the fact that like nothing's a game, nothing's a competition. There's no argument to win, there's no conversation to finish have the last word or whatever. And yeah, I don't know. It's like find the deepest part of them and what makes them tick and what makes them happy and what makes them sad and angry and frustrated. And like your chemistry, I think, will naturally adapt to that if it's right. And I think that's so beautiful when it is right. But I think it's more rare than we realize. And yeah.
Dang. With that, let's play your first song.
All right. Yeah, this is I Want to Be Your Sound, which is about wanting to be somebody's everything. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I try to tell you, you never listen. Well, you find out what you were missing. You could potentially sleep better looking in my direction. Perception. Don't hesitate. Hit the button. Give me, no way. Buy me now, 'cause tomorrow might be too late. I sold out, I'm selling out, I sold out. Doing the work, you're not a slacker. Go back to school or become a hacker. Sign out on the clouds. My music's in the cloud, but my feet are on the ground. Was I a little too loud, man? Yeah, are we a little too loud? Do you love me now? Do you love me now? Ooh, I wanna be your sound. Ooh, I wanna be something more than you talk about. Ooh, I wanna be your sound. Take me to your town, kiss me on the mouth. Tell me that you're spellbound. If I can't be your sound, we'll be in the ground.
The circles shrink the older you get.
Yeah.
Um,
And you know what? I love it.
I know. I now do, but that was one of the hardest things for me to digest. Like, 'cause I love people so much. I love everybody in my life so much, but introducing a kid, helped and stuff. And it's just like your capacity does change, and a lot of people won't meet you there. And it's like you have to mourn it. You have to go, oh, fuck that. Like, why is that way? Why do they talk to me that way now? And like, I'm such a fixer and the glue that has kept groups together for years and has kept my family together for years. And now I've let myself off the hook, and
Someone else's problem now.
I'm healthier for it. Yeah, and it's not that I don't care.
It's not that you don't care about those people or dislike it. It's
No,
just
yeah.
that you only got so much energy. You only got so
Yeah.
much time. You have a
Yeah.
kid to worry about and a wife. And
Yeah,
can't
and
be-
being
yeah.
conscious of, if I want this today at night thing, like
you got to work at it.
yeah, and yeah,
My problem is I just don't look at my phone very often, which is great on one
Once or
hand.
twice a week.
But on the
Damn.
other hand,
teach me.
anytime someone tries to get a hold of me, they can't, which
Yeah,
is annoying to all of them, like Ryan. But for me, it's great because I'm not on my phone all the time.
and if you don't think about it, that's the
I don't think about it at all.
But
and when I
maybe-
do, I'll pick up my phone sometimes and I'll see I have a message and be like,
Yeah.
I better not read that because I know I'm not going to respond right now.
Damn.
And I just,
What
it
honestly, I wonder
Badass.
if I just had an idea. Like, are you illuminating the need for an additional, different contact method? Like, phones are too much. It sucks you into this whole world. Like, I feel like
well,
text,
to be fair, that's not why I don't use the phone. I don't use the phone because I use it for everything I do. Tech is on a computer, an actual real computer, which is 1,000 times better than a phone.
Right.
And so why I'm sitting at a computer all day. I write code at day. I play video games at night. Like, why do I
Yeah.
need to pick up my phone?
Yeah.
Discord.
I just-
You want to get a hold of me? That's how you do it. Discord.
I might
Really?
have to join a Discord server with you.
Yeah, join my Discord server.
But-
There's hundreds of us.
I
Hey, you
feel
want to
like
get some pizza?
texts have turned into email.
Really?
Yeah, like in the sense that it used to be if somebody texts you, the expectation is you better text them back right away, very soon. Like you need to, like a text is your
Right, it's an
close
instant
friend,
message.
instant message. You got to
Yeah.
text back soon. It's like almost having a walkie-talkie of text, right?
Interesting.
Whereas email is like, if somebody sends me an email, I don't feel like I'm on the hook to reply to them for like 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 to 48 business hours.
I like an email is going to get sorted and taken care of, and a text has to be quicker.
Yeah.
But so many people text me, and so many companies text me, that at this point, texts are like direct, slightly more direct emails.
Yeah.
And obviously, and that makes it very confusing because I have, you text me earlier today, questions that need to be answered immediately. Like, what's the address we're coming to?
Yeah.
That's an important
That
one.
needs to be answered right away. But I also have like the RFK campaign texting me like tune in live. And then I have like Vanderbilt texting me like would you like to take part of a survey?
Yeah.
And that never needs to get responded to ever. And then I have this group chat with Wesley and some of the guys that's like it never needs to be read or replied to. But if I want to go check it, it's more like an Instagram or something or a forum. Like, let me go see what happened recently. It's like a news feed that I might want to go comment on. So many different like worlds to navigate there.
Yeah.
And like expectations
Yeah.
maybe we need. We got rid of the landline. The landline was you're going to answer that because you might not ever hear from that person again.
Well, yeah, until we invented answering machines.
Right. The answering machine
Yeah.
started it all.
Started call screening.
But even then, like, you could hear what they left. You're going to listen to all your messages eventually. I'm just saying, maybe we need something like a landline, some way that, like, something that we go, okay, guys, remember how bad texting got? Here's a number or a thing that you only give to people who are very close to you, and you don't give out to telemarketers
Interesting.
to sign up for email
They'll
lists.
get it though.
They'll get it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all funny, dude. I mean, shameless plug. There's a song on this. I think it's going to be the smash hit of this record that we're putting out. It's called Modern Communication, and it's all about carrying on two different conversations with the same person. One's through Instagram, and one's through text, and it was just two different humans. Same person, two different humans, and it was just this clusterfuck of a conversation that left me feeling terrible. And I was like, what? Like, communication can get so misconstrued so easily. And yeah, so I wrote a song about it. It's fun. It's dancing.
I love that. Is that on the album that's coming out?
Yeah.
Coming up soon? And you
Yeah.
said it's the 17th?
Yeah,
17th?
May 17th.
Oh, right. Yeah, 'cause
So.
it's depending on when you watch this, that matters. 2024 also.
Yeah.
If you're in like 2029 listening to this, it's already out.
It's out. Go listen.
Check it out.
Yeah. Now,
An
how did you
arena
guys
near
record
you.
this?
The record.
Yeah. How'd you make the record?
Man, funny enough, this has been like one of those, like, you know, there's like your debut record. That is the, you know, that's the most important one. That takes the longest. Honestly, probably the songs on this record have been written over the last 6 years. And it was 18, then it was 14, and now it's 10 songs on the record. And Story Your Lover was going to be on the record. And like, there's all these songs that just felt like standalone singles or moments or like whatever. So really, I think like 2.5 years ago, I had all the songs written. I was like, here's the record. This is a complete thought. I love records. I love sitting down and listening from beginning to end, which is getting popular again, which is very exciting. But so
Wait, is it?
that's what they say.
Really?
Yeah. So thanks to Taylor Swift, I guess, you know. But so we took these 14 songs and went into a studio right around the corner from here. And it was just me and all my friends. And we tracked to my like scratch demo vocal. And I played drums. And it was me and 7 other friends who were just guitar freaks, synthesizer aficionados. And like, it was cool. It was people who I had written some of the songs with. But it was 8 of us who were buddies and still are. And as fun as that was, fast forward 2.5 years of comping and editing and choosing moments and sounds and stuff. And so it was a fun experiment, but it was a lot of work to where like we're already almost done with the next record. So it's like this one's not even out, and the next one's cruising along. But I wouldn't have traded anything for that experience, but at the same time, like, oh man, like we didn't set ourselves up for mega success at first, but now we're sitting on this complete thought, and I couldn't be more proud. I can't believe we did we shopped it around and had a lot of rad labels super interested, and then they just said, get your TikTok numbers up. And
That's crazy. That's an insane.
Is TikTok the
thought.
main thing they said?
TikTok and tickets.
Wow.
So we booked our debut album tour ourselves, and there's been so many kind people that have poured into it, and you know, just have come out to a show and been like, this is fucking great, because it's very live. Like these songs, I love live music so much, and yeah, in the city we live in, we're spoiled with that, but I think also just the spontaneity of a live show has been lost a little bit. Everything is very rehearsed, and moments are, you know, drilled into people's brains to where like the random shit, the pillar on the side, you know, the truss that needs to be climbed, or the bassist that needs to be kissed on the cheek, or who fucking knows, whatever the moment
Yeah.
is, like, it just, like, I feel like rock and roll is never so fabricated.
Yeah, we've talked about that on the show before, where like the idea of like the improvised 20-minute guitar solo doesn't exist anymore. Like that can't exist in a modern show.
It can't, but you can leave room for moments, that may not be that extreme, but
Sure, yeah.
I like immediately think of the Back to the Future scene where,
Yeah.
you might not get it, but your kids are gonna love
Kids
it.
are gonna love it.
Yeah, I think that like this record is very live, and all I want to do is play it live, and so we're doing that.
Yeah, and you're
10 times, to be
10
exact.
cities. Actually, I assume the dates are on your website.
Yeah, dates are everywhere.
Can you bring up those dates on the screen, Wes?
Oh, I like
Since
that.
we record the screen now for the viewers, they're coming to your city.
Yep.
Yeah, I found out right before the show that you're playing Nashville the weekend of my bachelor party, so I can't go.
Hey, but
You dick.
congratulations. Congratulations.
Now jury won't be at my bachelor party. Great.
I didn't mean to do that, but
Sorry that you stole my lover, right?
nice. Hey, wouldn't be the first time.
Oh man.
But yeah, we're excited about
It's an interesting.
Nashville and
It's like an interesting thing you bring up that I haven't thought much about. Is like, I kind of remember like 10 years ago. Now it's not my own personal trajectory, but my own personal trajectory is like playing in pop punk bands in Southern California as a high schooler.
yeah,
And
chain reaction.
yeah. And then now, so anyway, back then, I remember like it was when we joined the Danny Marie band. We were both in a band together. That they introduced us to like Tom Jackson.
Tom Jackson.
You know about him?
Oh yeah.
Yep. And he was like, he had like produced shows for Taylor Swift back in the day, and he was teaching everybody his secrets. And his whole thing was to do these shows where and it is very produced, rehearsed, very like
Yeah.
creating all these moments for fans. But what he was teaching people was like what the biggest acts of all time did. These very, very rehearsed, very, very thought out performances that aren't what real life music is like, but what the biggest stars would do.
Yeah.
And so I've encountered some bands who have learned from him, and honestly, you would watch their shows and you're like, wow, what you guys do is so much more professional and engaging than what everyone else is doing. You're not just a band
Yeah.
up there. In fact, I went with a band to South by Southwest and watched they did a live demo with him where he produced out one of the songs
Cool.
I produced.
Yeah.
He did it on stage and created all these moments, and it's cool. But one of the things he said is like, as he was going around South by Southwest, he was disgusted. He didn't say the word. That's my word for it. But he was like, it's like the bands go up there and it's just like masturbation. They're just going up there and, playing and looking at their pedals and playing their song, and they're not creating moments for the audience.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's a great point. And so I kind of swayed to that side of things of like, wow, yeah, really creating these moments for the audience is really powerful. And I know bands who do that, and they're so good at it, and fucking everybody loves them.
Loves it.
But what you're talking about is something I haven't thought about. Is that feels to me like a counter swing that needs to happen. If
Or
like,
some sort of balance. Or like, what if you have both? What if there's a moment which personally I strive to do, like, yeah, a quick choreographed something to where people go, like you show signs of, like, if it hits the chemistry radar and not the cute, oh, okay.
Right, or cringy.
Like, yeah, and I think you can't force the chemistry. You can't fabricate it at all. And right now, I'm so lucky to have some of my best friends. Like, Teddy at Night is friends.
Right.
And so I can present a quirky idea of, all right, on this point, there's a moment in Still Your Lover where we all just lean back. And it's like very Talking Heads. I feel like Talking Heads did that right. Moments that are planned and choreographed, and then also like you never know what's gonna happen on stage. But yeah, Tom Jackson's a genius. Like, and he, for the pop world and whatever, yeah, he studied Michael Jackson, yada yada yada. Like, of course, there's room for that. But I mean, there's a reason Broadway and musicals are just, they're beautiful, and it's everything. It's a show, you know, everything. I mean, I've played for bands where it's like every fucking night they say the same bullshit on stage, and you're like, blah, whatever, blah. And after the show, somebody's like, oh my God, what he said was so, and you're like, oh, that's why you do that. And that's awesome. But for me, and it's so funny, and then like, I'm like, no, man, spontaneity. And then I get up on stage and I say some stupid shit. And then like,
You're like, God, I wish I knew what I was going to say
or
beforehand.
like my buddy that's running sound for us. He's like, hey, dude, like, talk less. And I'm like, all right. I think it's having that in any relationship, right? The brutal honesty, the open communication, the elements to where you're like, hey, like, what are we trying to do here? Are we trying to just be like a fun, local, like whatever band? Or are we trying to like come into a room and get on stage and hopefully provide an escape and a moment and like a night that people are like, whoa, okay, I had a good night.
And I think for that to happen, there does have to be some level of that authenticity, not just the force.
Big time.
Right. Or
So
you said like the natural
yeah.
chemistry creates that.
Yeah. So right now we're just like, okay, moment, like planned moment in this song, rock and roll this song, you know.
Yeah.
Just something that makes sense. Like, okay, I'm going to come over here. Like Stephanie plays synthesizer on stage now. It's fucking rad.
Shout out Stephanie.
Shout out to Stephanie. But that's something to where it's like, okay, well, there's moments where I'm like, oh, well, what if I go over there and play the lower octave or what, you know, like,
Yeah.
that's a planned moment, but it's also a moment. It's like, Stephanie's one of my best friends in the world. So like, why the fuck not? Like,
Yeah.
and of course it's going to work because I'm probably going to fuck it up. She's going to laugh. It's going to be a funny moment. So you get the planned moment and you get the spontaneity and the natural whatever.
Yes.
And say there's a crowd of 10,000 people, you know, someday. And they just go, wow, that was, you know, what a moment. That was like
Yeah.
endearing. Like,
Yeah.
we get it. Like,
And those are the things you remember too. When you
yeah, like
you remember
human.
those. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're human. And
Oh, a moment that always stands out to me. Did you ever? Oh, I can't remember the band name off the top of my head. There was this band. It doesn't matter who they were, but I went and saw them somewhere in LA, and they got up for this one specific song. They all got up on like apple crates and played acoustic with no amplification whatsoever, and did this song with like 4-part harmony.
yeah.
And they had been previously on microphones and everything like that. All of a sudden, it was a complete shift in the sonics and the visuals and everything. And it was just, and the song, like, it was like, oh, I never want to grow old. And there was something, and it was kind of more in that folk era too.
Yeah.
So there was just something about the like folky, simple,
Wasn't Need to Breathe, was it?
unamplified. It wasn't Need to Breathe. But I heard later that they did that
do
same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I think this band's
Well,
called
who
something like
fucking cares?
Steven.
Like-
Wesley, look this
Right.
up. Steven Sanchez. Is that a thing?
Yeah. He's like the new Elvis.
No, it's not that kid.
Yeah.
The
We
song
got a
was
new
called
Elvis?
Esperanza.
We got a new one.
Something
Oh my God.
Esperanzo. Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't Steven Sanchez.
Google's about to. It's about to.
But in either
treat you
case,
right.
I heard this way before I heard the Need to Breathe did it. But I didn't hear that Need to Breathe did it.
Dude, just the moments, like, how do you, like, I'm all about the rock and roll element. The like Lady Gaga is my barometer, is my, like, she is just the king and queen of pop, in my opinion. Like, she's the tops to where it's like, she wears meat to an award show. She's
What?
unapologetically her.
Wait, you
and
don't know
then,
about that?
I don't know about
That's really
Lady Gaga
old.
and the
You never heard about the
that's
meat dress?
That's old news, but like,
That's
but
old
she's untouchable and touchable at the same time. So you think like, oh shit, like I feel like Miley does it too. Like she's such a fucking star, but if you were to run into him at a bar, you could
I feel like Miley'd be cool.
exactly.
Yeah, I get that vibe.
And
I
like
was doing a
that's
podcast here last week, and the guys were talking beforehand. They had a big important guest on that day, and then they started talking, and they were like, "Oh, Miley Cyrus, fucking Hannah Montana," and I was like, "Oh shit, are they having Miley? Is Miley coming to my studio right now?" Then I saw one of the guys was wearing a Miley Cyrus T-shirt.
Yeah.
The guest was still cool, but it was not Miley.
it was not Miley.
It was not Miley.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Well, I think the best of the best do that. Bono always has done that. To where it's like you get up there and he says something that makes you feel something. You feel so good about yourself, and then you like see a video of it from a different date of the tour online. You're like, oh, it was planned, but I still felt something. You know,
Yeah.
like it's that balance of
That's weird.
fabricating a moment, but also like,
Yeah.
is that moment fabricated
Oh.
for your escape and enjoyment? And did you escape? And did you enjoy it? Then shut the fuck up. Like, you know, whatever. Like
Yeah.
there's so, it's
Like,
you
who
know,
cares if it was planned?
Yeah.
But that does, though, to be fair, that did make me think. I thought of this moment in a show that I was at, and I was like, oh shit, was that planned? Now that I've never thought that
Bro.
before. It was at a Slipknot concert.
Slipknot is Broadway, dog.
They are, like, thinking about it, I'm like, they're a full production show.
Full on.
But at one point, one of the guitar players walked off the stage, straight through the mosh pit. We had like 4 bodyguards just like, you know, throwing kids out of the way.
Planned.
Walks straight back to the sound booth and like reaches in his pocket and like gives the guy a sucker from his pocket. And at the time I was like, what the hell's going on? This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen. And then now looking back, like that was 15 years ago. I'm like, oh shit, they do that at every show, don't they?
That
Like
guy
they've been doing that
owns
this
a
whole
sucker
goddamn
company.
tour.
But you're still talking
But I
about
loved it. Yeah, and I remember that moment forever.
Yeah.
You know?
It's owning the moments, which is funny, is we're kind of talking right now about I just want a moment. Something that I've been too close to moments like this that make me feel cringy. And I think once you reach fuck it mode, which I feel like we're all as artists and creators, we're trying to reach that level of like, you know what? Fuck it. And that has been a big thing for me too, where it's like, if I'm actually going to be Teddy at night, I have to not care. And I have to be unapologetically me. And if I have an idea that makes me laugh a little bit, but also like, if somebody's in the crowd because this city is
Just
critical
get
as
ready.
fuck or whatever, that's fine. Lean in, and somebody critical may go, oh yeah, like obviously you planned that. But somebody may go, man, you know what? When they did that in their show, that's when I went, yep, I was a fan and now I'm a fucking mega fan because I connected, and now that song means more to me, or that band means more to me, or that's to me what it's all about. And yeah, you about to hit?
I was gonna, and then
it just
didn't feel
timing.
right. Yeah, it's that-
I'm so
my
sorry.
shoulder hit the mic. You called it out. It was just like no longer right, but it will be right again. Okay, so I just want to say we were talking before the show,
I was literally about to just say that exact thing.
and here we'll go back and
We
forth.
were talking.
We were talking before the show while you were doing
As
your,
we
working
do.
on your performance, and
And we realized that the guests that tend to be the best on the show, the ones who we always enjoy the most, are just the ones who are
themselves.
Weird.
just like unashamedly, just like.
And we were
I don't care what
saying-
people are going to think about. Oh, sorry, I broke the pattern.
And we were saying,
What were we saying, Ryan? I don't know. I feel like this pattern is broken down.
I'm making it personal.
You were
I'm
saying
taking
Teddy
it from
looks so
yeah,
good in
oh,
yeah.
Let's
We were
Dance.
saying that when you were here last time. It's one of the reasons we liked Usually Guest so much, is because we felt like you were just who you are.
Yeah.
and just encountering you today, how you walk into a room, how you are, you feel like somebody who is yourself.
Oh well,
Yeah,
thank you.
and we appreciate that. I mean, you know, I'm not going to say like we have any bad guests or anything, but like there's guests that we prefer.
Wait, but
more
I'm
than
sure
others.
I
we
will
should
say
talk
that.
about bad.
there's guests we prefer more than others, for sure.
I think at the end of I love how you're saying this. You're being so much more politically correct than I would be. I think
Give
at
it to me straight.
I think at the end of the day, we really we'll talk about the positive side of it rather
Sure.
than the negative side. The positive side is we prefer guests who are just down to chat and talk about whatever they think or
Yeah.
believe.
Whatever they think, feel, or believe,
Sometimes we
yeah.
go into beliefs. Sometimes we're talking about feelings. We're talking about music right now, whatever.
Yeah, sometimes talking about Bigfoot, like
People who can share what they think on a topic or
Yeah.
what they represent and aren't like afraid to share that because they think the world is going to hate them. And I don't
That's the
want
worst.
the world to see me.
Oh wow.
Hey, no, but I agree with you.
Because
And yeah, like at the core of it, like people are people, and it's so important. I love people so much, and I'm cursed, I think, sometimes with seeing the good in people and the good in bad people to the point where I don't know if bad people exist. And then on a Tuesday and then on a Wednesday, I'm like, everybody's bad. Everybody fucking sucks. But like, yeah, I think if one thing I've learned this past year, it's to stay in my lane, meaning my lane is, I believe that for some reason I'm good at performing on stage. And if you catch me in the morning at my house trying to, I don't know, like come up with who I am or give you an answer on some sort of topic, I would be struggling. But you put me on stage or we get to hang out here and there's microphones and cameras and all the fancy stuff. It's like, for some reason, that's where I feel more comfortable here. And that's probably why I'm not good at TikTok. Because I can't force it. I love people and I love conversation and I love being amidst something, a moment, a group, a room, whatever. And that's kind of what this record is about. It's about just trying to be and realizing that. I mean, the record's called Good in the End, and it's like,
Yeah, I wanted to know more about that.
yeah, it's like there's obviously like religious undertones and yada 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 and whatever. Like, but
There is?
hey, surprise.
Tell me more.
Yeah, to simplify it, it's the chorus of that song is, even though it's fun to pretend, I just want to be good in the end. And for me, that was originally written like good in the end of a relationship / good in the end of my life. And there's no religious correlation, but it's now kind of turned into this like, man, I grew up conservative. I grew up my very sheltered and religious and like I grew up thinking that there were answers, and I personally don't think that anybody has the answers, and that's a beautiful thing. But a lot of people hang their hat on the fact it's like, well, nobody knows the answers, so I gotta let you know that, like, oh, you think you know the answers? No, you don't. And I'm like, whoa, volatile, hostile, crazy, like, chill the fuck out. Like, we're all just human, and at the end of the day, we all just want to be good in the end. The good in the end. I want to be good at the end of this podcast. I want to leave knowing that you guys go, I enjoyed my time with Teddy. I want to be good at the end of every fucking night with my wife, partner in crime. I want to be good in the end with my daughter. I want to be good in the end, whatever, I'm not trying to plug this record, but it is like, I've been trying, it was written from a place of like, man, well, I used to kind of believe certain things, It didn't matter who I fucked with, or it didn't matter what I did or whatever. As long as I asked for forgiveness, I'm good in the end in heaven. Whatever. That was just kind of what I grew up believing and thinking, and it was just this blanket safety net. And then it was like, oh my God, well, if I don't believe that, then what's going on or whatever. And now I'm like, man, I truly believe everybody just wants to be good in the end. Good in the end of what? I don't know. What is the end?
Whatever they're in the middle of right now.
Exactly. And if you approach everything like that, I want to be good at the end of this conversation. It almost takes the pressure off to where you're like, well, how do I end this? Like, cool. Even the other day, I was like full on, like, not road rage mode, but somebody cut me off hard. And I was like, like, fuck Gallatin, whatever. Like, this street is fucking crazy. And then I pull up and it's like, you can clearly see, and before, it's not, I didn't like pull up and I was like, freaking out or whatever, but pull up and I kind of look over and it's clearly a mom with 2 kids yelling in the back.
Right.
And I'm just like,
it's like doing her best to survive out here.
And all I'm trying to do is, I don't know, go to Joyland and get a burger or something. But like, oh, dude, like in an instance, she was humanized because me happened to be, the other end of this variable, being like, oh man, one, I can relate because kids fucking suck and are amazing at the same time. And 2, like, I was quick to just be upset over absolutely nothing, over somebody who's not driving great, boo-hoo, end of the world.
Well, the road is a different beast, to be
Right.
fair. Because you're already a little heightened senses.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, I'm just justifying the fact that I freaking
Oh,
flip
dude.
cars off.
Oh, same.
I'll be like,
I did
fuck
today.
you!
Same.
Just
Dude.
like screaming at another car.
Yep.
And what I would like to put a disclaimer there that I don't think I am better than anybody else. I fucking flip people off all day, every day, and sometimes they see it and they get mad, and then I go, oh shit.
Yeah, I cut a guy off on the way
I'm
here
just kidding.
today. I didn't mean to.
Did you use your blinker though?
I did have my blinker on.
Oh, dude.
But it was getting off the freeway trying to like turn in. No, I was trying to just make a right turn, and his light turned green, going straight, and then he honked at me, and I couldn't really see him in a big ass truck. I couldn't see
Honks
him.
are tough, man.
And then
it was a big truck.
big truck, and he's just fought. It's always a big truck.
It's always a
And-
fucking big
and,
truck.
and then like I going up to come to the studio, and I turn right onto the street, and so does he. And in my mind, I was like, "Oh fuck! I hope that's not Teddy. I would have just cut off our head." Like I was like, "I hope it's not. He's not coming to the studio now. We gotta get out of the car and be like, I'm so sorry, man. Like I didn't mean to." But no, he kept driving, which was good. But yeah,
you
literally
and the
today that
PT Cruiser. Fucking asshole.
happened. Is that what you have, a PT Cruiser?
No, I was
okay.
insinuating.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was in the big truck because I'm a
Yeah.
man. Very masculine.
But I was just like, that would be super embarrassing. But then I'm sure. But then somebody does it to me.
Dude,
Like
full on.
when I do it to somebody, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god. When someone does it to me, I'm like, you're such a piece of shit.
The phrase of the year is piece of bitch.
Piece of
What?
bitch.
Spread the word.
All right, we're starting it now. What a piece of bitch.
Piece of bitch.
We've got the spirit.
Piece of bitch.
This in.
Now, I wanted to hone in on something you said a second ago. You were saying, you're talking about being good in the end. You were talking about how like nobody has the answers. You don't believe that anybody has the answers. So to be meta about that, like,
Meta away.
yeah. Do you feel like there aren't? And this is just out of curiosity. I'm just like, I just want to get meta more than like
I'm in.
pin you down to something or
Bring it on, yeah.
whatever. My question is like, do you think nobody has, or sorry, do you think that there aren't answers and nobody has the answers? Or do you think like there are answers, but nobody has them? Or do you think there are answers and some people have them, but not others? Or there
Yeah.
But nobody has
are
all of them.
answers and everybody has like a little bit of
Is
it,
this a
but nobody
multiple
has
choice
the whole
question?
picture. Or whatever you think. I'm just like, yeah, sussing it out. Like, where do you think that lives? I guess it would be very postmodern. Oh my God, I sound like. Do you watch Love on the Spectrum?
I don't.
I love it so much.
I don't
I
because
sound
I
like one of
cry
the
enough
characters right
as
now.
it is.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like
And-
I feel bad.
And I know,
Oh.
like, I've seen clips on TikTok, and before you know it, I'm 30 seconds into somebody singing a song, and I'm fucking bawling, and I'm like, well, why am I crying? Because they're beautiful. But
Yeah.
am I like giving them some sort of like handicap and like being like, well, they're so beautiful because they're on the spectrum? And I'm like all of a sudden judging myself. I'm like, no, it's beautiful because they have this free. They're fucking free.
Yeah,
Like-
but if you watch the show, and this is a total tangent, but if you watch the show, you will laugh at them. You will laugh with them.
Yeah.
You will cry with them.
Oh, man.
You'll feel every emotion, which is what Wesley said to me before. Like he's like, it's hard because it's all the emotions.
Yeah.
But the thing is I think end of the day, what's good in the end about Love in the Spectrum, my friend.
Ooh,
End of the
placement,
day,
get the
there's
songs
a
on
lot
that
of
show.
emotions, feelings, thoughts. It's not super cryy all the time. I'm sure they put those moments on TikTok and everything else. But when you watch the show, you walk away going, I'll tell you a real moment I had recently. I went to Publix to go buy some fire logs, and a kid came up to me, and instantly I was pretty sure he was autistic, which, by the way, formerly I wouldn't have known. Instantly, the way he talked to me, I was like, oh, he's probably on the spectrum. And instantly, I was like, loved this kid. And I was like, felt like I was meeting a rock star. And I was like,
But for
I was
real,
like,
though.
hey, like all of a sudden, from like watching 2 seasons of that show, all of a sudden, when I meet somebody who's on the spectrum, I'm like so happy to meet them. And I'm like, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Previously, I didn't have anything against them. I just wouldn't have even known. I'd be
Yeah.
like, they were weird. But now
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, you have a thing. It makes you think different and you're awesome. And that's from like empathizing and relating with these characters you care about. So anyway, that's
which
my
is part
plug.
of communication, right? Or part of access to information, to where I get cut off, I pull up, I see 2 kids fighting in the back seat, and I'm like, girl, you cut me off 1,000 times in the next 2 miles, and
what you
I
gotta do.
got you. You know, like, it is the
Yeah.
thing where it's like everybody has some sort of, whether, baggage or, I mean, you can fill in the blank there. At the end of the day, it's like nobody is better than anybody. And back to your point of like, I'm not sure what I believe. And honestly, that has been the most freeing part of my life. And as far as answers, currently, personally, all the people that I have dealt with who claim to have some pretty concrete answers, they're just the worst people to be around. And so, maybe it's guilty by association, or maybe it's just like, oh, I don't need that. But watching my 3.5-year-old learn life, learn emotions, learn
Wow.
communication, right now it's like, hey buddy, use your words, because she wants.
So I didn't know I have those, Dad.
Dude, literally, she wants the tiniest thing. But that tiniest thing is what she wants. And sometimes she's tired or too hangry to explain this tiniest thing. So what comes out is, and I'm going, hey, buddy, use your words. I'm listening to you. I hear you. Tell me what you want. The easiest out, right? Oh, I want some fucking pretzels. But she's met with, no, don't look at me. You don't understand. Whatever. Like she's got this. She's 3.5. Like, it's funny. Like, I'm always describing her as this. Like, man, she really quickly reminds you that she's 3 sometimes, because the rest of the time she's like my little best friend, and we're hanging out, we're laughing at shit, we're going on adventures, we're singing songs together, and then she gets angry or she doesn't get what she wants, and you're like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, you're 3.5 still. And it's me having to remember. It's me having to meet her there. And that, I think, is a beautiful lesson just overall, where it's like, man, if we all just met each other where we were at, but that requires communication and understanding.
Right.
If
I
I'm
do
like-
think there's a side
Totally.
caveat to that, though, that I would interject,
Bring it on.
which is, but some people are pieces of shit. Sorry, pieces of bitch. And
We got lots of bitch pieces.
like
Brought to you by Pieces of Bitch.
What does that say? We've got the spinach?
spirit.
spirit.
Yeah, we've got the spinach.
We've got the spinach.
Yeah, it's a Popeye plug.
Damn, you guys got some sponsors.
But like you were saying, like, you see this lady, she's got her 2 kids in the back and they're screaming.
Right.
But like, I don't know, maybe that lady just beats her kids all the time. Is a real piece of
Hey,
shit.
you know what? On the other hand, this happened a few months ago. I was taking Violet to school, which we are spoiled brats. Her school is half a mile away.
That's killer.
It's beautiful. And I'm driving her to school, and there's this weird intersection. It's a 3-way intersection.
Okay.
And it's just fucking weird. Nobody knows how to yield. It's early in the morning. Everybody sucks. Everybody's tired. And this little red car. I go when I believed that it was, I know how to drive. And the blinker is my BFF in the
Yeah.
car because
Yeah.
I'm a respectful bitch.
Yeah, you must not be
Same.
from Nashville.
Nah. And 2 mornings in a row, it's my turn. I go in freak moment. This red car, 2 mornings in a row, zooms by me and is flipping me off. And I was like, oh God. Well, I've got my 3-year-old in the car. We're almost, we're at school. That was weird. Fast forward like a week later, I drop my girl off. I'm driving home. There's the red car, and I see it. And I'm like, oh man, that's my buddy right there. Like, in my instance, as is, my mind goes to, man, she probably hates her fucking job. Or who knows? Maybe she's going through a divorce. I'm like giving her all the benefits of the doubt, and I'm like, she's probably going through something. And I'm just her nemesis for some reason. Well, I wait extra long for her to go. She's not going. So I go, oh man. She takes off and follows me to my house. And so I get about to my house and I take an opposite turn because I'm like, I don't understand. And she used some expensive words, which I don't mind repeating, but if it,
Say them.
I turn a certain way and I just kind of like turn around, like a little U-turn vibe. So just like at this point, I'm like, this is somebody I know. They're fucking with me. Because it's that extreme. Like, so I'm gonna whip around, not angrily or anything, and she's got her window down, and it's like T-Bone vibes. This is me, and she rolls down her window, and she just hangs out her window. I mean, so upset. We're talking 7:50 in the morning. Oof. Flips me off and just goes, "You fucking cunt!" And I'm just like, for what?
Like, what did I do?
For what? But it fucked me up to where I leave 10 minutes later every morning just in case. Oh. I'm like, girl, you know what's crazy? We could be friends. That's my filter, right? I'm like, what are you going through that is causing you to start your days off so upset? If you're on your way to work,
bro, just driving through Nashville will do it.
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
And it's so frustrating. Dude, on my way here, I was like, what in the actual fuck? Like, I cut through 2 parking lots because GPS was like, I'm adding 20 minutes to your route. And you're like, this city is crazy and people are crazy and it's a melting pot of every other major city.
Every day that I drive through the city, which is every day, yikes. I think, fuck this city. Yeah, look at that.
Holy shit, you have one of these.
Change. We do. The fable, the legendary object.
This is a legendary object.
The Mooney's impending.
I was with Seth when he ordered these.
Dude, he such a great job in it. And if you notice, that is an autographed copy.
Ryan is Mooney. Infinity sign. Mooney.
What have I?
Now, it might be a good time to mention that he's...
Yes, there is so with Good in the End, their album, there is Tour Until the End, the tour. And we are so... also, Jesus Christ. Great final.
St. Lucia Matter album.
Which,
feel free to pull it out. It's all good.
Is it colored?
It is.
Then I don't care. Is it a colored
vinyl? A colored vinyl. I think it's...
No, it's black,
it's
dude.
Just normal.
It's fine. I'm in the process of...
You want that swirl.
Yeah, dude. I got you with the swirl. Yeah, Teddy at Night, Moony, and another brilliant band called Golden Blue are going on tour together. The first Teddy at Night tour. And that is April 11th. It starts in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. Nice. And it ends in the other great city of Nashville, Tennessee. But yeah, we're Cincinnati, Chicago, Detroit, Birmingham, Alabama, Memphis, Columbus, New York, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee.
You and Mooney, like that's a golden ticket.
It's a fun night.
That's a fun time.
And I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but Seth Mooney and I are drumming for each other.
Oh, that's cool.
So there's just an extra element of epic. Danger. Yeah.
Yes. And I'm very stoked that you called him Seth Mooney because
that's
we
what
do
we
too.
call him all the time. Yeah. Not his name.
It's not his name, but it should be.
But it's right.
Yeah.
It's right.
Now
Oh, that was hot.
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure we're about to say the same thing, which is we're in a little bit of an accelerated timeline.
It's probably about that time to play another song. Wow. we had a perfect now and then just diverged.
No.
But it was meant the same thing.
Harmonized.
Yeah,
what's your next song?
Jesus Christ.
Man, we there's a song by a band called Filter called Take a Picture, and it's I think one of the best songs of all time, and sonically, technically speaking, really has always resonated with me. I'm a big fan of chorus and flange and whatever, and then I kind of just started to do a little bit of research on the lyrics, and I was like, wow, I really this kind of hits me right where I'm at, and we should sing that. And me and everybody else in the band were like, we fucking love that song too, let's do it.
Could everyone agree that no one should be left alone? Could everyone agree that they should not be left alone? Yeah. And I feel like a newborn. And I feel like a newborn. Kicking and screaming. Could you wanna take my picture? 'Cause I won't remember. Could you wanna take my picture? 'Cause I won't remember. Could you wanna take my picture? 'Cause I won't remember. Could you wanna take my picture? 'Cause I won't remember. Yeah. Hey, Dad, what do you think about your son now? Hey, Dad, what do you think about your son now? Oh, yeah. Could you wanna take my picture? 'Cause I won't remember. Could you wanna take my picture? 'Cause I won't remember. Could you wanna take my picture? 'Cause I won't remember. Could you wanna take my picture? 'Cause I won't remember. Yeah.
And we're back.
Hello.
Hey.
Normally you're the one who comes in after we're back, but that's all right.
I had nothing to say. I was taking attendance, actually.
Oh,
So I
we're all here.
I show spoke. I substituted today for a class on music theory.
Whoa.
So since we've last met, I got married. No,
No,
so no,
you
I
have
didn't.
not. You have not gotten married.
Hey, man.
Sorry, that's the next episode. Got engaged, and wow, I'm like ahead of time. And I started teaching at SAE. Are you familiar by chance? Audio school, 2 blocks from here.
Very cool.
And so I teach studio production, but today I substituted for a music theory class.
Cool.
And we get to a whole note, and
Oh, you're like
nobody,
real early.
and like nobody knew what a whole note was. So at that point, I taught them some things. Anyway, I was just taking attendance for them, and I thought I would share that because you're a drummer.
Yeah. I didn't understand anything you just said.
Like, I've never heard of a whole note.
Whole
Not
what?
one time.
Notes?
What?
Drums
So
are notes.
were you classically trained on drums?
Garage trained.
Garage
only.
trained.
Nice.
So, but I do know what a whole note is.
At this point, I feel like you probably should.
I got there over time, but yeah, no, I took 2 drum lessons and hated it, and that was at 11 years old, and yeah,
You just figured it out.
I
was,
just figured it out.
I had made it. I tried to learn drums once. I was so, and I will sometime again in the future because I like the idea. But my
idea
idea
of
was
drums.
at the time I wanted to make YouTube videos. And so,
Oh yeah, I remember this.
yeah, and so there's that drum website, Drumeo,
Oh yeah.
and they do like online drum lessons and like that. And so I was like, well, 1, I don't want to pay for that, and 2, I'm trying to make YouTube videos. So I reached out and said, hey, I would like to do this YouTube series where I don't know anything about drums and I use only your videos
Very cool.
to learn throughout. And they were like, I don't know. And I was like, look, it's not going to cost you anything except for 1 free membership.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah,
1 free
yeah,
membership.
Yeah.
And we went back and forth in emails for like a few months. And eventually they're like, you know what? Yeah, we'll do it. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm in. And I bought an electric drum kit.
Yes.
Just like a little $300 electric drum kit, like perfect to start. And then I emailed the guy. He's like, cool, we're gonna get your account set up. Like, you'll be all good to go. Then I emailed him again, and then he didn't respond. And then I emailed again, and he didn't respond. And then months went by, and he didn't respond. It just never happened. And I was so mad because I was just waiting to start to learn the drums until like this thing started. And then and then I started teaching myself a little bit. Like I did a free trial of their shit. I wasn't paying for that. Not after they ghosted me.
No. It's the equivalent of somebody who doesn't use their blinker.
Yeah. And
Y'all could have been.
And in the end, I
influencers
sold
together.
my kit. But yeah, but I was like, this is a great idea for a series. This was like before, like now everybody's doing a video of everything.
Yep.
But this was like before it had like really, really blown up.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, there's more. There's
there
more.
is more.
I was like, it looks very empty.
Here, help me out.
Oh yeah.
But what's crazy is you got to take the top off.
Yeah, it's new technology. You wouldn't get it.
Perfect. Grazie.
Now,
I'm White Claw and mezcal. I've never done this
Hell
before, but it's
yeah.
grapefruit White Claw, so it's basically a Paloma.
yeah. I thought so. I used to have somebody told me this once, and I think I just kept it as truth that all mezcal bottles have a worm in them,
Oh no,
which they do not. That's absolutely not true
that's
at all.
the '80s, man.
But at my bachelor party, a friend of ours, actually my co-best man for Ryan's bachelor party,
Cobus,
and his name is Co. Weirdly.
Oh, gotcha.
Which I really want to make. I really badly in my best man's page want to make some joke about like you just heard from the co-best man, now you hear from the jury best man because his name's Co. But it won't land. It's just a bad joke.
It's not funny.
It's not funny at all. And so
But
I've already
somebody
decided
needs to
cut
say
that out.
something about the co-best man.
Right, exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. Anyways, he had a bottle of mezcal with a worm in it, and he's like, "It's your bachelor party. You got to shoot the worm." And so I was like, "Yeah, obviously."
Yeah, it's good luck.
So I take it in a little shot glass. I'm a little like nervous, already a little drunk, and I just throw back as fast as I can. So
You didn't crunch.
the worm immediately hits like your what's it called? Your little punching bag. Adam's apple? No, not Adam's apple.
The
uvula.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And immediately I'm like, and like the worm just comes like shooting back out.
Oh,
And so
You
I
gotta
picked it
eat it
up,
again.
put it in another shot glass, and took another shot.
No
and,
What
then,
a
and then I got it
man.
down. And I was
What
very
a
proud of
man.
that.
That's
but-
good luck, so they say.
Yeah.
Anyways, we all got mezcal stories, I guess. Mezcal's a different kind of liquor.
It's superior.
Now, is this bringing back flashbacks for you? Having any flashbacks?
this sound coming in. It feels like we're about to be good in the end.
We sure are.
Plug.
So here's the thing. We do have one question that we ask every guest. Now,
Every guest, even
you. And we have asked this before, but it's been a while, and we assume we don't remember. You mentioned
And
you
I'm
know what you're talking
drunk,
about.
so-
We've been drinking. But if you had to choose,
And you do.
and
It's coming back to me.
do. Now, the important thing about this question
Yes.
Remind him.
is the answer must not come from here.
Not from the head, the
must
brain,
come
Okay.
from here.
I thought you were going
from
somewhere
your chest
else.
hair.
Yes. Freshly shaved chest hair because I got tattoos today.
Oh, what'd you get?
What'd you get?
Let's see it.
Oh, well, it's covered. It's got the black. It's
Oh,
got
yeah.
the second skin shit.
Why is it black? All of mine have always been clear.
I know. I've never had the black before.
Interesting.
Weird.
I know. It's
That's got to make you feel so like.
it's like wrapping paper.
Yeah, you really want to like unwrap that thing tomorrow.
I do.
Yeah.
Huh.
I got my first Teddy at Night associated tattoos.
Whoa.
Oh, that's cool.
Stephanie and I got matching tattoos today.
Oh,
Like-
shit.
Like a couple cute motherfuckers.
Is yours under black too?
No,
No,
she's
let's see.
hers is under blood.
It's that one right there. I can't tell what it is.
It's so
We're kind of
this.
far
yeah.
away.
So we've got a single
like
coming out
wings.
next week called "Comes Around," which by the time this is out, I'm guessing "Comes Around" will be around.
Definitely will.
And the artwork has some. I painted some Rock'em Sock'em boxing buddies,
Nice.
different colors, and they made the artwork. And Annette, again, plug, one of the best graphic designers in the world. She came up with these icons that had to do with all the singles and stuff. And we're doing temporary tattoos for
That's
the
cool.
old merch table. And she sent over these temporary tattoos, and I was like, fuck temporary, man. These are fucking cool. I'm getting all of these today. And Stephanie and I both, I mean, I can only speak for myself. I had a pretty rough morning. And so we had planned to hang out today. And I said, hey, I think I need to feel some pain today. Let's go get some tattoos. And Stephanie said, well, I'm going to call the place then. And put face down to the fire, whatever. 30 minutes later, we were at a tattoo place.
That's wild.
Parlor?
Sure.
All right, back to your final question. Sorry.
If you had to choose.
Dude, the foot.
And you do.
You triggered that shit with your foot.
You do.
And I will.
Now, what that actually means, coming from your heart and not your head, is that I need an answer quickly.
Okay.
Instantly.
I don't want you to think about it.
Not for one bit.
I want the answer that's already in the depths of your soul.
I'm good at this.
Immediately.
Okay.
So if you had to choose.
And I do.
You do.
And you do.
And I will.
What would you say is your favorite kind of turtle?
Snapping turtle.
Little snapping turtle action. Now, I wonder, we should have looked it up beforehand, what he said last time.
I do want to know.
I want to know if you
Did
said
you
the same
ask me about the turtle
Yeah,
last
we asked you
time?
the exact same
Yeah.
question about your favorite kind of turtle. It's the dumbest question there ever was.
We
and I
don't
love
remember
it.
what you said either.
Yeah, it was like a year and a half ago. It was a minute ago.
Fuck you guys, a piece of bitch.
Piece of bitch. You know how many turtles we've heard about since then?
Dude, my first one was I just didn't want to fuck up what it actually was because I just went to the Chattanooga Aquarium and it was
Oh,
like
really?
some yellow spotted something and
Yeah, there's some cool shit there.
but the snapping turtle, man, those guys are fucking gnarly.
They are dangerous, too.
Very dangerous. They say that your finger is equivalent to a baby carrot to a snapping turtle. Now just picture your teeth
That little
just
snapping through the baby carrot.
just snapping a baby carrot and just think your finger is just like that. Bye bye.
It's so nutty. And then they can get and there's the smaller finger takers, but then there's the bigger hand
Finger
takers.
takers.
You know what I mean?
Ankle takers.
There's those ones that could, they'll feed them a pineapple and they'll just chomp through the middle of it.
You know what? I've recently discovered that pufferfish have teeth. You know about this?
They have teeth?
And those bitches crunch on through some crabs and shit.
Pufferfish?
You're welcome, TikTok.
What?
Happy hunting.
You know, pufferfish is illegal to eat in the U.S.
What a shame.
Yeah. I bought these chips.
Oh my god.
There was a
Doritos
series of
competition.
chips.
You know they do a flavor competition every year. One was pufferfish.
It was put out by Good Mythical Morning. It's a YouTube channel if you haven't seen it.
Haven't.
And the last time it was the fuck turtle.
What?
What?
Not one person in here remembers that.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Formerly, your favorite turtle was the
The
fuck
classic
turtle.
fuck turtle.
I'm gonna have to cross check that. I don't know what a fuck turtle is.
The answer was fuck.
Oh, so we said, "What's your favorite kind of turtle?" And he just went, "Fuck."
Man, we must have been really drinking last
We
time.
drank a
you've-
lot of
you've-
mezcal last time.
You've come a long way. You went from fuck to
Snapping?
snapping turtle. You went from fuck to a turtle.
I'm sophisticated now.
Yeah, you are.
You're a fancy
You
bitch.
have grown over the last year.
Next time,
And you know
you're
what,
up from
Teddy?
that.
I think that you're good in the end.
Hey man.
Hey.
Hey man, thank you.
Well, that's probably a really good note for us to probably go out on. But before,
May 17th, the debut record from Teddy at
That's what I
Night.
was gonna say. Before we do, plug all the shit. Where can the people find you?
This camera, this camera, this camera.
Yeah, I've literally done that before.
You know what's funny is my favorite guests are the ones that go, I don't know, I love my kids.
Right? They're like, we're supposed to plug shit after all this spicy shit? Like, you're out of your
Somebody's
goddamn mind.
my new movie coming, you know. Man, go create some art. It's so healthy.
At Teddy at Night.
At Teddy at Night, all the things.
Don't be a piece of bitch.
Don't be a piece of bitch. Make sure to go on the website, check out the tour dates. If
Yep.
Teddy at Night's coming to your city, make sure you show up. It's going to be a great show.
And if you do show up because of this podcast, tell me. That's
Yeah.
fucking cool, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell us too, because that's dope.
And bring a turtle.
Yeah, but because you'll have Teddy at Night, Moony, and Blue.
Golden Blue.
Golden Blue.
My new favorite band, Golden Blue.
Make sure to go check them out. Look up Teddy at Night. Follow him on all the things. Listen to the music.
Don't be a piece of bitch.
Don't be a piece of bitch.
Bye.
But anyways, guys, as always, thanks for coming to hang out. You guys are awesome, and we'll see y'all next time.
How much do you wanna bet when it's raining? I don't get wet. I can't believe that you saw me as a threat. Me and my sins change with the wind. I'll be a little chameleon friend. We could all make believe we could be best friends. With a happy face in front of the lens, we'll follow the latest trends, but maybe not today. Even though it's fun to pretend, I just wanna be good in the end. Yeah, good in the end. Even though it's fun to pretend, I just wanna be good in the I've been telling